Okay, let's just get things started. Today's drawing stream. Boom. Let's put that on YouTube announcements. Paste. Go. Alright, and let's put this on Telegram. Let the people know over there. Cool. Cool. Now let me just get my chat open. And then we can get started. Feels like I've set up quite quickly today, which is good. There we go. Hello, Red. Hello, Jerry. Hello. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday indeed. Hasn't been too busy today so far, honestly. Maybe I forgot something. Maybe there's something I was supposed to do which I forgot. So I've been doing this superimposed lines thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the idea is, hey Juan, those on a great start. The idea with these superimposed lines, right, is I sketch out a line with the ruler, and then I'm going to replicate it on top of it freehand 8 times. 8 times. Let me just reduce the mic volume a little bit. So I feel I might be clipping. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, these are kind of frayed. I did these better the other day when I had my whole... I was producing pages and pages of these the other day, but I want to kind of keep up that little practice. I'm going to warm up with try and draw some like sort of fundamental dog heads as well. See what we can do. I feel we're getting better. Let me move the little Rex down here. I feel I'm getting better at just kind of building stuff up. Hey Robert, hello. But yeah, the joy of drawing, I guess. Kind of see what we can create. Very good. Okay, cool. But yeah, as I'm saying, sorry about that, I just got a message. I might be sort of ready to, I don't know I think Jerry knows about this, right? I think Jerry knows about this, if you're still there, Jerry. I said a while ago, I was kind of working on a project that I wasn't ready to sort of share with you guys yet, but it's getting a little bit closer to fruition, which I'm really excited about. So it's yeah, but that I was just getting a message about that, so hopefully I'll be able to kind of have something to show you guys soon, and then by the end of the year have some sort of finished things I can share. Anyway, I feel quite good about these muzzles now. I feel I can just like chuck out a muzzle kind of a little bit quickly now. I'm kind of feeling good about those. I do want to sort of obviously sort of move into detail and stuff like that as well, but yeah, these are feeling good to me. Yeah, things have been moving along well and quite rapidly the past few days. Oh, hey dude, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. No, I'm feeling good, Jerry. I know they're just sketches, I know they're just frameworks, but I'm feeling a lot better. I think I'm gonna dive into today's class. See what we got. Ghosted lines. Let's see what this is about, man.
I'm assuming at this point that you've read through the lines section of Lesson 1 and watched the videos, and that you've completed the assigned pages of the superimposed lines exercise.
I did.
In the superimposed lines instructions, I introduced the idea that drawing confidently is the key to achieving a smooth, fluid, consistent trajectory to your lines, which speaks to how we can follow the principles of mark making described in the lesson. In this exercise, I'm going to introduce you to a technique that will, as a concept, drive how you make marks throughout this entire course. It's called the ghosting method. This is a technique that I first learned from old DVDs by Scott Robertson, a name you may recognize as he's well known for his How to Draw textbook, which I find to be extremely useful as a resource to have in regards to technical perspective. This ghosting technique of his is something that over the years I've come to appreciate as the bedrock of not only good mark making, but how we should approach most things in our lives. Most beginners will often approach mark making in one step: execution. They bundle figuring out what mark they want to make and how they want to approach drawing it by actually making it into one task that their brain handles all at once. This is pretty inefficient when you think about it. Anytime you try to do multiple things at once, you're probably going to do a worse job at all the given tasks than if you did them one at a time. So what I mean by this is that they will decide, okay, I want to draw a rectangle. So they will draw their mark. They know that they want kind of a straight mark here, and then they're just drawing it carefully because they want it to be straight.
Okay. Hey! Get away! Leave us alone. Okay, there we go. Okay, he's drawing this rectangle.
And there you go. And they're being slow and steady because they know that the more time you put into something, the better it will come out. But that isn't quite as simple as it sounds. Because here, they've put lots of time into these lines, but they're wobbly. And they're wobbly because they're being slow and careful. That doesn't mean that rushing is the key. It simply means that there's a better way to approach this. Ultimately, that's what the ghosting method is all about. It's about breaking the process of making a mark into 3 distinct phases. First, planning. Identifying the specific nature of the mark that you want to draw, what its job is, and how it's meant to contribute to a drawing. If it's a straight line, we can place tiny points where we want the mark to start and where we want it to end.
Oh my god, that makes
Here,
so
we can
sense.
also rotate the page to find a comfortable angle.
That makes so much sense, yes.
Don't just leave your page in a single position.
God.
Move it around, turn it as much as is needed. There will be plenty
No,
of
I know you're not being
orientations
mean.
where
I know
drawing
you're not being
marks
mean,
will
dude.
be more difficult. For example, I'm right-handed, so drawing like this is considerably more difficult than drawing like this. And so I want to make sure that my line that I'm going to be drawing is in a more comfortable position for me to execute it. While eventually this is something you'll want to work on to make those various orientations more comfortable, now is not the time. Right now, we're just going to focus on being able to execute a mark in a limited range of orientations really well. And that'll be enough to get us into learning more important things sooner. If we spend all our time just grinding away on being able to draw lines in every orientation, it'll be wonderful that you'll be able to say that, oh, I can draw a line in every possible direction, but what good is that if you can't actually apply it to more useful things? So the second step is preparation. Here we do what we can to get used to the motion that will be required to draw this line. Generally, this means ghosting through the motion, holding your pen above the page and going through the motion without the pen actually touching the surface.
Okay.
In doing this, we familiarize our muscles with what will be expected of them. Focus on the motion in the direction of the stroke as well. Instead of like going back and forth, draw in that motion, pick your hand up, and then repeat. That way you're giving your arm a better sense of the specific motion it needs to learn. And you're essentially writing it to your kind of short-term muscle memory, if you want to call it that. And lastly, we've got execution. Here's where we make our mark, doing so with a confident motion. No hesitation, no worrying. Engage your whole arm and push through that motion. Here your focus is only on getting ink on the page. So once you feel you've ghosted enough to feel comfortable with that stroke, let the pen touch the page and repeat the same motion again, producing a single mark. Don't automatically go back over it or repeat yourself.
I like this.
One line, one mark.
Okay.
And so here's how I would do the whole process. Ghosting. And then a mark. And this one isn't perfect. There's a bit of curving here at the beginning, and it actually creates a very subtle S. But it's still smooth, and that's my focus.
Yeah, dude, it's doodle time. It's time for everybody to doodle.
This is what we're aiming for. We prioritize the flow of the mark first, accuracy second. And this whole process is that it's like a production line. At every stage, you can think as though it's being handled by an entirely different person. Each one is only responsible for a very limited task, and they're not concerned with whether those before or after them are actually doing their jobs. So when you're executing your mark, you should not be thinking about whether or not you did enough planning or preparation. Whether you did or didn't is no longer relevant. The second your pen actually touches the page, any opportunity to avoid making a mistake has passed. You have to accept what happens and push through. This is generally where wobbling occurs. Students who apply the first two stages correctly can still second-guess themselves and hesitate when making their mark, resulting in wobbling. So you can sit here and, put your points down, ghost as much as you want, but if you don't physically make the choice, or mentally, I guess, make the choice of committing to that stroke, if you hesitate, you will end up with a wobbly line. And so committing is key.
I like it.
So this exercise will basically be to draw a bunch of straight lines, applying this ghosting method, across your entire page. I'll often just put down a bunch of random points and then connect them together. And I've got an example of how it looks when it's finished. Now, there are a few mistakes that students will find themselves making, so let's go over them fairly quickly. First, basically what I've already discussed, it's like a broken record at this point. If you wobble your lines, you are not executing your mark confidently. And you need to make sure that when your pen touches the page, your only responsibility is making a smooth, confident mark. And as I discussed before in the superimposed lines exercise, if you don't think you can make confident lines, just take a piece of paper and draw lines as quickly as you can, and you'll show yourself that when you don't give yourself the opportunity to hesitate, your lines come out smooth. Another issue that students run into is the tendency to have their strokes arc a little bit. So let's say they've got 2 points.
Ya está aquí el último modelo. Ahora en más colores y en...
They might be trying to draw a straight line, and they may find that every time it arcs. And there's two possible reasons for this.
I like this.
One is just that maybe they're drawing from their wrist. If I try and draw a straight line here from my wrist with, my wrist is firmly locked in place, I can't help but curve that line. The elbow will also produce a bit of a curve, just not as much as this. But always make sure that you are executing these marks from your shoulder and engaging your whole arm, as we discussed in previous videos. The other reason, if you are definitely using your whole arm to execute these marks and your wrist is locked in one position, in one orientation, it's not able to pivot from here, then it may simply be that your brain kind of thinks incorrectly about what a straight line is. And so you may find yourself, when you tell it, I want to draw a straight line, it might just make a bit of a curve. And the way to kind of deal with that is to purposely curve your line in the other direction. And the hope here is that it will compensate, and with your brain wanting to naturally curve things in this direction, when you try and draw this line, the line should come out straighter. And you'll have to be very conscious about this initially.
Okay.
But over time, your brain will be rewired in terms of what it thinks to be a straight line, and that issue will go away. So this is the process that you're going to be using for every mark you draw throughout this course, this ghosting method where you plan, prepare, and execute. It can be applied to straight lines, curves, ellipses, anything. At its core, though, it comes down to a very simple concept, that you need to think before you draw, and make sure that the line you want to draw will actually contribute to your drawing in some way. People have this terrible tendency of just putting marks down and then deciding whether or not it was a good idea later. The ghosting method is all about plan first, think about what you're trying to do and what you're trying to contribute, and then see it through.
Exciting. Okay, I'm vibing with it. I'm vibing with this. Okay, let me switch over to the reading material real quick. Oh, let's see what we got. What's my exercise? Okay, basically you need to fill a page of straight lines using the ghosting method. How to do this is up to you, as shown below. I fill a page of points, then draw lines between them. Don't worry about letting them overlap. Everything's getting colored. That's perfectly fine. What's important that you put in the time into the ghosting method for each and every line you produce. Most rather than using pencil, the way I go about it is just draw super soft until I get decent stuff. Although I'm not exactly the best at it to make sense to you. Yeah, cool, man. Whatever works for you, dude. The point of this course is all about sort of like confident line making. So the idea of doing in pen is to kind of commit to that whole idea of confidence. But whatever works for you, man. That's just the course I happen to be doing, you know. Okay, so the lines homework. 2 fill page superimposed lines. We did that. 1 fill page of ghosted lines exercise. Okay. Yep, we can do that. We can do that. So we're just applying dots and then we're ghosting it. And it's almost like we're doing the superimposed line technique, isn't it? I'm actually going to get a bit closer for my cool. Oh, dude, that's so cool. You're drawing as well. It's super hype to me that there's like a bunch of people, you know, in like our different ways, like working and practicing and all that thing. It's super, super hype to me. It's so freaking cool. Getting practicing our mark making. We're making marks, we're making a mark on the world. Oh, that one started a little bit late. But yeah, guys, anyone got any news? How have we been doing today? Anything exciting happened? I've just been getting my stuff done. Oh, you're gonna paint your little baby Alex that you sent today, little Ben Stiller. Very cool, man. Bum 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 bum. face with lines. Ooh. Yeah, you just woke up, but you're in the States, dude. So you're in like a different time zone, you know? Oh, nice. Got some family time. That's sick, man. And Juan's drawing wings. I'm a very long way from doing wings. Although maybe I can try and... How would I do a wing? I don't even know. These are meant to be feathers. Oh my god. I regret even attempting to start this. Oh dear. Ba-ba-da-ba. Do 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 do. Confusingly good at drawing like the fur in cats' ears. The fur that they have in their ears. All these things that he's saying in the classes, they are like, the reasoning is making sense to me. And then when I'm actually like sort of practicing and whatever, it feels... It feels good. Okay. Oh, I went off the page there. That is not a vibe. Ooh, I like that, man. That is a frickin' good line. The satisfaction from one of these that I well execute is nice, man. Ooh, that one S's a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna do a full-on square. Well, not square. I'm gonna do a rectangle. Dude, this is it, man. I feel like I'm learning. I feel like I'm acquiring the skills that I'm being tasked with, you know? This feels freaking good. Oh yeah, baby. This feels good. This feels good. So I'm going to fill a sheet. After I fill the sheet, I'm going to see how much time I've spent in this, you know, Drawabox exercise portion of the stream. And then I'm going to match that time by, I'm going to jump back into the, oh yeah, from the arm. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the temptation here to go on easy mode and just do it from the wrist is large. Thank you, man. Ooh, and I feel I'm getting smoother from the arm. Very good, very good. Let's try and do some long ones. The long ones are the tricky ones. But let's... It takes time to get accurate, but you gotta touch the, you gotta not touch the table with your elbow or wrist. Got it, man. Got it. I feel also like this is something, because I actually did today. I had some, I was waiting, you know, to do some like machinery and stuff today at work. And while I was waiting for some stuff, I just got the ruler, I just I just did a bunch of superimposed lines. And I feel I can take a sort of like JRPG grinding XP sort of mentality to that, and be like, okay, I'm just gonna grind that for a little bit, and it feels good. It feels good. Yeah, but this is also some doggy stuff, right? Dogs can be explained to and trained, you know? I can be trained to do stuff. I've just got to be provided the training. I've just got to be provided the suitable training, and then I can get on board. That's why dogs can do anything, man. That's why we can do frickin' anything. Because we can be trained. We can be instructed. Oh, dude, I'm jittery as well, but I'm just practicing it loads, you know. Ooh, we missed the mark there. We missed the mark. We missed the mark completely. These have got to be like the weirdest art streams. Like, I don't think anybody is doing stuff like this, you know? I do not think anybody's doing stuff like this. And if people click on and are like, what the hell is this? And I'm doing this, I think people are going to be kind of curious. What is this boy doing? Let me just grab something real quick. Get myself a little bit more comfortable. Okay. Yeah, that's what the whole class was about, is planning the lines. So I've got a plan. What are my steps? Plan, prep, execute. So I've planned it by drawing my 2 dots, which I have lost. They're here. I am preparing via my ghosting, and then I'm executing. Boom. I think we might be getting towards, you know, sufficient enough lines for this exercise. This is feeling good, and I'm feeling good. Ba-dum, 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 ba-da-da-da-dum, da-dum, 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 da-da-da-da-dum. Hey, man. Hey, one more. Cool. Feels good. Homework. Achieved. Paper? I'm down to 1 sheet, so I'm going to have to go and grab some in a moment. Let me grab some more paper now, actually. There we go. Paper required. What is what song from? I don't know. I just kind of ramble. I'm not really sort of paying attention to myself. Let's hop back into this book. Yeah, I played around with this the other day. I think you might have saw in like kind of my warm up when I started. I was kind of messing around with this sort of stuff. But I feel that's a little bit too big there. Okay, I'm trying to consciously think about lines and not just leave these to chance. I want these to be like really conscientiously done and just leave nothing to chance. And just kind of make the best marks that I can for whatever moment, whatever ability I might be living in at that moment. There is a siren for the siren counter. Oh my lord, I live in a war zone. I live in constant crime. Now, dude, honestly, this is like, it is so safe here. Like, I am never concerned or worried or whatever about crime or stuff like that. Oh, these look goofy in comparison to each other. This ear over here is a frickin' train wreck. I got some more pens today. Let me grab those. I do have the fine liners coming. But they're coming in like a big frickin' what's the word? They're coming in like a big Amazon package with the Silent Hill and a few other things that I ordered. Hello. Hey Lucy. Hello. What I did learn about today is I learned about ghosting lines. So the idea is it's all about planning, preparation, and execution. So like I plan out my line, maybe by putting 2 dots on the piece of paper. I prepare for it by ghosting the movement over and over until I'm ready to execute the best straight line I can possibly do. So it was all about ghosting lines today. Doot, doot, doot. Yeah, and Spain's so diverse as well. Spain's like excellent. Like, you know, I used to be traveling all over to all these different places like all the time. Like even more so than I kind of do at the moment. And I got myself into a situation where I was like, oh no, I just want to explore Spain, because all the different different regions and comunidades are like so distinct, right? And have got like, you know, their own cultures and personalities and languages and you know, all these different things, man. And they're so, yeah, man, it's just like there's a lot to Spain. Like there's so much to Spain. Like you can go to all these different, like, you know, areas and experience all these different things. It's really just, it's such a cool place. I love it here, man. I was in a habit before living here of like moving around to different places and changing where I live, but I live here now, man. I don't want to go. I love it. I absolutely love it. There's a lot of really cool and different things to experience here, and lovely people, and lovely people. I've got a friend at the moment who is he's walking all of Spain. So he's a friend who he's from Birmingham, but he's lived in Madrid about the same time as me. Like we're talking like, you know, he's been here a little bit longer than me. He's been in Madrid 6 years. I've been in Madrid 5 years. And yeah, he went to the north of Spain, and he's walking down the entirety of Spain. So he's walking about 20 or 30 kilometers a day, and he's got his hammock, so he's like, you know, either camping outside or he's staying in hostels, or, you know, he goes to some places and people are like, oh, like they hear his story and they think it's really funny and they're like, stay with us. And he's had so many cool experiences with different people along the way. He's reached Extremadura at the moment, so that's where he's got to. So he's a little bit closer to Madrid again. But yeah, his plan is for the entire walking of Spain for like a 2-month journey. And I want to do it sometime soon as well. It seems awesome. Really, really awesome. He's really, really, really enjoying himself. He's really enjoying himself on the journey. Ghosting the poor lines. Ghosting the poor lines. Hey Ferret, hey dude, I hope you're doing alright, man. Just woken up to join us. Drawing, doodling, learning what we can, always every day, just trying to get a little bit better. Trying to make these confident lines. Hey Maddie, thanks for joining us. We're just hanging out over here. Learning to draw, practicing to draw. So hopefully, actually no, it's not hopefully, it'll happen. Over time, as we keep doing these, we're just gonna get a little bit better each time. A little bit better. Build up into something bigger and bigger. You can draw really pretty fires. Fires are a pretty subject matter. Not to sound like like a pyromaniac or anything, you know, but fires sure are pretty. Oh, thanks for drawing. No, joining, sorry. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it's just, I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to develop these skills, get better, you know? And so far, I'm very much enjoying the process. I had one day when I got very frustrated. I got very, very, very frustrated. But, it's a kind of normal response when you're trying to learn something new. That sort of natural frustration from struggling to achieve the new goals. Hey, these are feeling a little better. This feels a little bit sort of like wide here, but yeah. What do we got here? We got adding expression. Adding expression. Express emotion through the angle of the ears. Elongate the top of the lips. Okay. So if we want to add some expression, we want to lift that, and we want to lift that. Okay. Elongate, line the lips to around the inner corners of the eyes. Then angle the line up from the point to create a smiling mouth. Elongate the line of the lips, and then angle that up. Okay. Changing from a B to a R. Creating an energetic and cheerful expression. Okay. Let us try. I keep feeling I can't do nothing, and sometimes I swear I get depressed and anxious, like each couple of days, some dysphoria or something. Do you think it's part of the seasons? Is that it? Do you think that's a seasonal thing? Maybe more stuff. Oh, you think your doodling time has been satisfied? But do you think that, do you think that's seasonal or what? Oh, I should get my eye in, shouldn't I? So let's get these kind of eyes in. And bring it over here and elongate to make a smile. I am... Okay. Let's forget about the teeth for now. Because I just want to focus on kind of that, ooh, that makes him look angry. That's not what I wanted. So... Wait, how do I do this without making him look angry? I do feel stronger in winter, warm, etc., but it's kind of a regular thing for me. I just push through, but it ain't easy sometimes. So, just so I can try and, like, understand, right? At least the best I can, you know? So, you're feeling anxious because you feel, like, inadequate. You feel you're not able to do something? Is that what it is? Because you're saying I keep feeling like I can't do nothing. So you're getting, like, the depression and the anxiety over that. Sorry if I'm asking a lot of questions. I'm just trying to understand best I can. Hello, Kenneth. Hello there. We are just doodling today. But does that on its own doesn't look angry. Like when I cover up, does that create a box for you? It doesn't. But when I just isolate that on its own, like so that there, that doesn't look angry to me. But mine does. I just feel not good enough in pushing myself down. Dude, I think that you're like, that you show a lot of skill and you show a lot of value. I'm impressed by what you can do. Like I wanna catch up. I wanna catch up to where you are. Because I think what you can do is like incredibly impressive. Yeah, it can be really hard to stay positive. It can be really, really hard to stay positive. And yeah, when you have high expectations of yourself, it can be really hard to even recognize your victories, because if you have high expectations, you feel like, okay, well, I should have done that, so like that's not impressive because that's what I should have been doing. That's what I've been like that some stuff for a very long time. I do something impressive and then I'm just like, I'm like, yeah, that's not impressive because like I should do that, you know? Right, yeah, so when you've got like kind of these grand ideas for yourself, yeah, it's like in comparison to that stuff, you're like, yeah, I can understand that, man. But I guess you've just got to sort of trust processes, right? I'm not happy with these. Like I think this is like okay kind of like structure. But when I'm trying to get into this, I'm focusing on this joy one, right? I feel I'm not capturing this. Okay, I feel like I can only really focus on sort of like one thing at a time. Okay? So I mean, I've got two markings there, don't I? I've got eyebrows. Like for me, I feel this expression is made of the eyebrows. It's made of the eyes. It's made of the mouth. Okay? Like that's kind of what I feel are kind of like the key points here to focus on. What do you think I should focus on? Or do you think I should focus on something different altogether? That's what I'm kind of wondering right now, is what are recommendations for the focus? Do I focus on eyebrows here? Do I focus on eyes? Do I focus on mouth? Or is there an additional thing I'm not thinking about, which maybe would be a better use of my time? Any ideas? What do we think? What do we think? I'm a little bit Struggling a little bit with ideas right now. I think you gotta search on the proportions and relations of features to one another, and then mark them with basic shapes, and later concentrate on them each one by one. Ear direction too. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with these sentiments Lucy's saying, and Jerry, about the like putting pressure on ourselves. So what do you think? If I got to concentrate on proportions, so what do you think I should be doing? Should I be like, So focusing on like this. I'm gonna mess around with this, and if you guys want to task me and sort of direct me, then draw left and right facing. Okay. So I'm probably gonna want like oh, I feel I can just do that, right? You're right though, it does feel more yeah, because that didn't even originate from there. What's this line? What the hell is that line? I think it's fun to just switch up these color pens. Yeah, I do have the fine liners coming, but I'm just waiting for them to arrive. No, I want it. No. Yeah, I was gonna... I had an idea of what I wanted to do, where I like do like a front facing head and then kind of do all the directions around it. Do you know what I mean? So I wanted to try and sort of do something like that a little bit later. So I wanted to sort of, yeah, try that later. Yeah, that feels like right. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I did kind of find something a little bit. I did find something earlier because I had kind of that idea. But yeah, if you've got any sort of resource and you can post that, that would be super helpful, man. I'm wondering if this has a page on different angles. Yeah, Dark. I haven't finished Biomutant. I'm not quite sure. I'll see how I feel, but I'll probably play a little bit later today. Yeah, these guys are all facing this. Look at this, look at this. Variation 2 Golden Retriever. So this is like an important thing. See, it comes before Wolf. This is like top tier important sort of thing. Yeah, these are all left. These are all facing the, at least the left on the screen, right? Oh, that's a right-facing dude. They're facing left. Ah! Okay, but did it do this for, like, the canine head? I don't think it did. Oh, we had this here. Oh, it was, like, the next page. It was, like, on the frickin' next page. Okay, that's useful. Yeah, I'm having fun with it. It's not like, it's not incredible. It's not like amazing, but like I'm having fun with the game. But yeah, I think I'm really close. I've just got like one world eater left to take care of. And then it's probably the boss guy. I can't remember what he's called. The guy who killed my mother. I forgot the name of the dude who killed my mother. Place head on an angle. So then the neck forms a base to which the rest of the face and muzzle are connected. Even when the eyes look directly, the muzzle points down. Okay. Kinda. What's so like bum? Bum. Bum. Yeah? And then that's kind of like, he's like arching this into like a thing. I know that doesn't feel to be like breaking this down into the shapes I would find the most useful personally. Yeah, I'm not really sure how you tag people on mobile. I mean, you can write a book on the... You could write a whole step-by-step guide on the stuff I'm not sure of. Because there's a lot of stuff I do not know. Kind of feels like something. Kind of feels like something. Oh, I do not like these. I do not like these at all. I mean, sure. Again, those ears do not feel... They don't feel as good as they could be, but... You know. Live and let live. Live and let die. Boom, boom, boom. Live and let die. Boom. Okay. I don't know how you guys tolerate me with all the nonsense I'm constantly yammering on about. What next? Thank you for tolerating me. So is this what do we think? Is like do you think that like maybe, you know, oh, my nonsense is funny, that's good. So yeah, obviously like the Drawabox stuff's kind of like pretty structured, and so I'm finding that very easy to move through. I feel that like this book is kind of like, you know, like I feel like doing this, like doing these 3 steps is like where I'm at, and then I feel like this is a jump, these are all like a jump for me. So what I'm thinking, and you guys can like give me advice on when you think that's appropriate, but kind of my idea at the moment for what I kind of want to grind out next is basically do these kinds of constructions that we've got here, but from various different angles. Like, does that sound worthwhile? Like, if I do these kind of different constructions from like different angles, does that sound like a worthwhile exercise? But you're right, we do need to like conquer the right facing dude, don't we? No, not the right facing, the left facing dude. The right facing dude feels like autopilot. So what I personally think is this book is for more advanced artists. Yeah, that's what I mean too. That's what I mean as well, man. Yeah, also hi as well, your RMR. Hello, man. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining us while we sort of mess around and draw over here. It's appreciated. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling, Lucy. That's what I'm kind of feeling. I'm feeling like live with one perspective, like grind that out, and then move on to another. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, Drawn to Life's really cute. Drawn to Life's really, really cute. They're these games, they're really, really cute. Do not like that. I do not like that. And the thing is, when you get used to one, you start getting comfy and you avoid it. It's like when you injure yourself and you automatically lose the other muscle more when it starts developing asymmetrically. The only thing is when you get used to one, you start getting comfy and you avoid it. You avoid what? You avoid a different thing? I'm getting a little bit lost in your sentence, I'm sorry. Okay, that feels... I think the earlier you get uncomfortable, the better. You'll have to think more about differences in mirror drawing. Yeah. So what? Okay, that feels like my best construction of a right-facing yet. Like, that feels like my best construction of a right-facing yet. Oh, Ferret, hey dude. Right, I get that point. Yeah, I get that point most of. So my idea of what I'm thinking of doing is just like these sorts of constructions I'm doing, right? These sorts of constructions just for loads of different angles. Right? Like, do you think that's a good thing to be doing? Because I mean, as you know, it's like I kind of like I require this sort of structure. Do you know what I mean? Of like what I'm doing, where I'm going, blah 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 blah. But does that feel like a good task, a good thing to focus on, or no? Just do 3/4 left and 3/4 right. Okay, so I do this, and I do this. Yep. So 3/4 right, and I do 3/4 left. Yeah, so this and that, right? 3/4 right and 3/4 left. So just practice those. Okay. Yeah? Okay. And do you think, like, at the moment, just like focus on the construction, just like focus on the shapes? Like, just get like 3/4 right with shapes, and then 3/4 left with shapes, and then worry about like eyeballs and nose and fur and all that sort of stuff later. Or should I, or should I like You know, so like basically over here. Right? If I get back to it, man. Okay, cool. Cool. Got it. I can grind that out, man. I can grind that out. So I can just do like... Yeah, no, on board. Easy, man. That's the thing, man. Is when I've got like kind of the structure, I'm like, boom. Okay, let's do it. Also, look up the skull of the wolf. All right. I think actually, I mean, I know I can sort of look one up, but I also think they're in that book. Right. Maybe I could go acquire a wolf skull, right? Okay, so at the moment, this is my kind of focus so far is like pen, tripod grip, draw from shoulder, practices, superimposed lines, ghosted lines, and 3/4 left hand side, right hand side heads in shapes. Right? So is that kind of like a reasonable sort of thing to be mainly focusing on at the moment? Pen with the tripod grip, I'm drawing from the shoulder, and for my practices, I can do, you know, my superimposed line exercises, right? Oh, that started off bad. My ghosted line exercises, right? And then left hand side, I can do it facing this way. Alright, something like that facing this way. And then I can also go for the other side facing, which feels less comfortable. Okay, and start interlaying the underlying anatomy. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by interlaying the underlying anatomy? Interlacing, okay, but what's that mean to me? Like, what does that mean in terms of like practice or whatever? What am I doing to interlace underlining anatomy? Yeah, no, the typo's fine. I just don't understand like what, because like I understand that like, you know, doing this is this, doing this is this, and doing this is this. If like my point 4 is interlacing underlying anatomy, what am I doing? So I mean, when you draw something, look at the skull and ask, why am I drawing the bottom of the eyes here? Oh, okay. So that's just like a So that's just like a what's the word? just like going back into like the intentional stuff, right? So like I'm just like trying to like at all times. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So try and like intentionally think about why I'm doing this, that, or the other, or whatever. Okay. So that's not gonna turn into like a specific sort of like, drill or practice or whatever. But yeah. Okay. Don't understand one thing. You're gonna get some roadblock like, damn, I don't know how to insert things like this. Looks. You gotta go straight that thing. Yeah. I'm very much at like fundamentals of like, I need like crazy structure to whatever. But yeah, I feel like these are things I can just sort of like pick up and just like mess around with and practice and kind of do that like somewhat, consistently. Okay, that I need to like to more. I feel the left facing is a lot more comfortable to me, but I can grind this out too and kind of develop that. Would it like I feel what would kind of help me a lot. Let me see if I can kind of do this kind of quickly. I'm just trying to no, it's not. Like, give me a second. Okay, like this. Do you think that's like reasonable to do, to just sort of like flip that page like as I've done? Like, I feel it helps me if I just like actually flip that page and use that for the right-sided view. Like, is that fair? Is that like an okay thing to do? Or is that cheating? I just feel that would kind of help me. Yeah, that's cool. I can do that. Okay. Okay, cool. Alright, I feel that's good. Yeah, I really need that, so I appreciate that like a lot. What I like about ours, you can start at any point. Some like you start with fundamentals, some start painting. For me, it's always fundamentals in like whatever I'm doing, whether it's like sport, whether it's like mathematics, whether it's like carpentry, whatever. Fundamentals is always like that. I can appreciate the building from there, and then can kind of start like when I start to get a language, I can be like creative. But I feel most of the time, obviously I'm not like dogmatic about it, and I'm not like obsessed with like I need this. But if I'm getting kind of like structured fundamentals, it really helps me out like quite a bit. But yeah, I feel like I can mess with this. Like that gives me that gives me a really nice sort of structure I can work through and whatever. So thank you for that. I appreciate that, because like the lessons are useful and like the books and the resources or whatever, but having sort of people to actually like bounce off of as well is incredibly useful. So I appreciate that. Sometimes the drawing is perfect cylinders when they should be narrower towards the end. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to sort of like bring them in and kind of like this. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. Or like bring them in here, you know? Sort of bring them in. Okay, sick. No, that's super helpful, guys. Thank you. I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna have something to eat. Yeah, super appreciate the feedback. Super appreciate the I super appreciate like I've got like guidance of stuff to kind of work on over the next day or whatever. I'm not sure what the next like Drawabox thing is. I'm not super sure what that is. Let's have a look, man. So tomorrow is levels of the ghosting method, and then we're moving into ghosted planes. Okay, man. Yeah, no, Jerry, it's super, like, I super enjoy you being here, for real. Thank you for stopping by, man. Thank you to everybody, especially people with like the advice and all that sort of thing. I super appreciate it. But yeah, it's quite intense. Like I'm like working and studying for like an hour here. You know what I mean? It's kind of quite intense. I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna play video games for a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna hop on and play games for a little bit. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. But yeah, I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna play video games for a little bit. Like on here, I'm gonna stream video games for a little bit. And what's the last thing I want to say? Yeah, there's like the Twitter and the Discord and stuff if you want to hang out and talk at any point or blah 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 blah. And yeah, Mostar, if you're able to find that kind of perspective-y thing, please share it. Wholesome part of the internet. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that, like a lot. That's really, really nice to say. But yeah, everybody take care. Have a good rest of your day. And I'm sure I will catch many of you another time later. But yeah, thanks again. Super appreciated. And hopefully I'm going to have some cool stuff about that project to share soon. Because today especially, I've had some really sick developments and stuff is cooking. Stuff is definitely cooking. But yeah, thank you again, guys. I appreciate it, and peace out. Sure, but later on you find it kind of not popular. Okay, yeah. I mean, Mostar, like, no hurry, because I've totally got that, like, superimposed lines, ghosted lines, 3/4 left-hand side, 3/4 right-hand side to kind of focus on. Like, I've totally already got, like, I feel a nice kind of, you know, mix of stuff to work on. So don't worry about that. Just if you find it, whatever, cool. But yeah, thank you again, guys, and peace out.